What's going on, everybody? This is Coach Brad. Today I'm bringing you some nutrition tips that I think will help you. So here I have 5 habits for better nutrition. First one we're going to start with is eating slowly and chewing thoroughly. So it's been said that you have 3 stomachs in your body, so to speak. You have your mouth, your saliva, and teeth are breaking down and putting some enzymes into the food initially. That's your first stage of digestion. Your second stage is when the food arrives in your stomach and it's digested further. And then the third stage is in the intestines. So for your body to extract the most benefit and the most vitamins and minerals and nutrients from the food, it's very beneficial to you to take the time to chew your food thoroughly. You've probably also heard growing up that there's a 20-minute delay between your stomach actually being full and your brain realizing that your stomach is full. So one little trick I've brought you is to set a timer for 20 minutes. Try to spread out your meal so that it lasts a full 20 minutes. At that point, you can then check in. How am I feeling? Am I half full after 20 minutes? Am I 80% full? Because if you rush through it, chances are you'll be more than 100% full and it'll be less than 20 minutes. And then we have that feeling of being overstuffed and we get lethargic and all of our energy goes toward digestion. It's also not a bad idea to take a small walk immediately after eating your meal. Okay, on to number 2. Got veggies? We don't want to forget vegetables at every meal of the day. Yes, every meal of the day. Now, you have lots of different options here. There are some great grains out there, such as quinoa and farro. You have your typical green vegetables, your spinach, your kale. I don't personally like kale as far as the consistency, but I do love spinach, like baby spinach leaves, very tender. They're easy to chop up, easy to make a salad with. Generally speaking, the brighter or more colorful your veggies are, the more nutrients are in them. So think about adding 2, maybe 3 portions of veggies to every meal. Veggies, as a rule, are very, very low in calories. We're talking like, you could eat a whole cucumber and I think it was like 5 calories last time I looked that up. It's very, very low. So you can generally eat a lot more. Think about how many bowls of spinach would it take for you to feel full? I'm not saying you would actually eat that much, but what I'm saying is you can generally eat a little more than you think you can. You won't feel full. You won't be adding very many calories at all. So, and it's just one component of your whole dish, right? Your whole plate. So we're gonna say 2 to 3 portions. And this is gonna be a large, I'm thinking in the case of spinach leaves, large handful of spinach leaves. So 2 to 3 of those for your meal. Great part is, I'm 6 feet tall and I have fairly large hands. You may be shorter than me, maybe taller than me. But what's cool is you don't need a measuring cup. Your hand is always with you. And the hands are generally sized appropriately to your body mass. So shorter people tend to have smaller hands, so the portion is appropriate for your body size. Kind of convenient, no? Okay, third one, proteins. You have to make sure you're getting proteins in every meal. Why? Well, for one, it helps with elevating metabolism. All right, all of the processes, chemical processes that go on within our body, that's known as our metabolism. So proteins help elevate that, so you would burn a few more calories at rest versus, say, a carbohydrate-heavy meal. We want to choose lean proteins, and the portion is going to be palm size. So imagine no fingers, no thumb. We're talking this much space, and about the thickness of your hand, so length, width, and depth of your palm. Okay. Bear in mind, you don't have to have animal protein. If you like it, great, eat the animal stuff. If you're a vegetarian, maybe a vegan, think about some great plant choices. I'll tell you, beans and lentils are a great vegetarian choice. Not only do they have a lot of vegetable protein in them, for instance, a cup of beans or lentils average 15 to 18 grams of protein and another, I think it was 10 to 15 grams of fiber. Now, fiber is a carb. We'll get to that in a second, but it's, in my opinion, the best carb you can eat. Because like protein, fiber helps keep you full. All right? The fuller we are, the less likely we are to have these cravings for snacky foods. So as some good lean animal choices, if that's your thing: chicken, fish, turkey, bison, right? Buffalo meat. Very lean, a little expensive, a little exotic to find, but if you want something that's very low in fat and you're going to eat animal protein, that might be a cool one to try. Okay, fourth one, carbohydrates. Make sure that they are complex carbs. Sweet potato is a complex carb. We would want a fist-sized portion of carbohydrates. And now here's the important thing, how much? See, notice I didn't say don't eat carbs, carbs are evil. No, excess calories from any source are bad if you're trying to lose weight. So if it's pre-workout or post-workout, you might want to have 1 to 2 fist-sized portions of carbohydrates. If you want 2 different ones. If you're not working out that day or you didn't have time, here's a good opportunity for us to trim down a few calories. So on a non-workout day, maybe just have a half a fist volume of carbs or maximum 1 fist worth of carbs, okay? If it's breakfast, right? Oatmeal, steel cut oats are some great choices for breakfast carbohydrates. Also, super high in fiber. As I was saying before, fiber helps keep you fuller. It helps keep us regular, and not to be gross, but the less junk we're carrying around in our intestines, the quicker we can get it back out, the less average weight we are carrying in our body. So when you step on that scale, over time, you might see a difference. This also helps to tend to pull out fat from the intestines as part of the elimination process. So think of it as a way to help clean out your gut. Sweet potato, as I already mentioned, is a great complex carb. We're trying to eat less of the bread, the pasta, the rice, and the starchy carbs. Now, if you absolutely cannot give up bread, okay, so there's options with that. Try to eat whole wheat bread or whole grain bread. Maybe stay away from the white bread. White bread is very low in nutrition. There's almost always sugar added to it. It's not the greatest choice. It's also considered a simple carb. And as I said, we want complex. Pasta. So a couple options here. Traditional pasta, you could switch that to a whole wheat pasta. Or there's a great brand out called Explore Cuisine. Explore Cuisine makes all of their pastas from different beans and or lentils. So it's bean-based pasta. It tastes just like the regular pasta. Plus you're probably going to be putting sauce on it. Anyway, let's be real. But it now has vegetable protein. It has fiber. Certainly more of both of those than the traditional flour-based pasta would. So to me, that's a win-win. Okay, rice. So I would tend to stay away from white rice. I would recommend that you switch to either brown rice or wild rice. Those are some other healthy options if you really enjoy rice. Okay, and that's it for the carbs. So fats. We want a very small handful of fats here. Now, imagine like peanuts, cashews, pistachios. Okay, small handful. Again, it's not a lot of volume of nuts, but if you chew it thoroughly, like when I say thoroughly, I'm thinking the consistency of peanut butter, very, 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 very fine, right? No more chunks in it. You really chew it, you will feel fuller a lot quicker than you think you might. It's surprising. Also, things that you could add or things that you could cook with. Olive oil we can cook with. Coconut oil we can cook with. Some of you might have tried keto diets and done bulletproof coffee. So it's medium chain triglyceride. It's MCT oil. And coconut oil are some of the things they use for that. Again, because they know that fats in the body, dietary fat, does keep you pretty full. So it's designed to stave off the cravings, all right? Avocado, awesome way to add healthy fat choices to salads or any other dish. It could be a side, it could be a topping on a protein dish. They're really tasty. If it's a breakfast meal, perhaps you would consider adding a small handful of flaxseed or a small handful of hemp seed. These are just some little things you can mix in. With seeds, now these are really tiny seeds, so just FYI, this is probably like a tablespoon quantity we're talking about. It's very, very, very small. you're not going to go and eat 3 large handfuls of hemp seed. It's once you see it, you know what I'm talking about. It wouldn't make sense. Anyway, guys, I wanted to keep this short and sweet, but give you a little bit of detail on each thing that I'm talking about. Try to remember these 5 habits for your next meal. Let me know if this helps you out, and I hope you see some benefit from this. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.